All right, buckle up, because today we are diving deep into a world where lasers beam information through the air.
Like something straight out of Star Wars.
Exactly.
Except it's real.
It's real, and it's poised to, like, shake up how we get online. You've been sending us a stack of articles on this whole laser wifey thing, wanting to go beyond the hype.
Yeah.
So today's deep dive to figure out how this tech actually works, where it's being used, and what it means for the future of connectivity, especially your future.
Precisely.
Okay.
What we're talking about here is using light in the form of highly focused lasers to transmit data wirelessly.
Okay, so it's not just like faster internet speed. This is a fundamental shift.
Huge leap forward.
Yeah. What's the need that this is addressing? Like, what's the problem it's solving?
Well, think about how we rely on wireless and fiber optic cables for our connectivity needs. They have limits. They're expensive to install, especially in remote areas or crowded cities where digging trenches is a nightmare.
Right.
Plus, our demand for data just keeps skyrocketing, streaming, downloading, you name it. This laser technology offers a solution.
Okay, so how does it actually work? Thankfully, we've got these press releases from a company called Transcelestial,
Right.
who seem to be leading the charge.
Excellent source.
Okay.
Transcelestial system uses a device called a Centauri. Think of it like a high-tech laser-powered router.
Okay.
It creates a secure, invisible link between buildings, cell towers, basically anything you can mount it on.
So instead of digging trenches for fiber optic cables, we're shooting lasers across rooftops.
Essentially, and much faster to deploy. This is particularly important in densely populated areas or places with difficult terrain. Imagine trying to lay fiber optic cable through the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah.
Incredibly challenging and expensive. Lasers offer a much more agile solution.
Okay, so less digging, more lasers.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of making things easier, one of these articles mentions Coachella, the music festival.
Yeah.
Lasers and flower crowns. That's an interesting combo.
It certainly caught my eye. T-Mobile partnered with Transcelestial to boost 5G coverage for the festival.
Okay.
And it really put the technology to the test. Remember those dust storms that rolled through?
Yeah, I saw that on the news. Looked pretty intense.
It was. But while other networks went down, Transcelestial's laser system powered right through, providing uninterrupted service for concertgoers.
So the lasers cut through the dust.
They did.
Okay, that's seriously impressive. But Coachella is a temporary event. What about the real-world everyday applications?
That's the exciting part. The Coachella example demonstrates the technology's resilience and potential. But to answer your question, Transcelestial has partnered with Wesco to bring this technology to North America more broadly.
Wesco, now that name rings a bell.
They're a major distributor of infrastructure technology. Everything from electrical components to complex communication systems.
Okay.
This partnership is specifically focused on reaching mobile network operators, internet service providers, and even government agencies.
Now that's huge. I mean, it's one thing to use lasers to keep the music playing at a festival, but to potentially bridge the digital divide in underserved communities. That's game-changing. We're talking education, healthcare, economic opportunity.
You're getting it. It's not just about providing internet access where it was previously unavailable, but also about significantly boosting speed and capacity. Imagine you're a student in a remote area and you can finally download textbooks in seconds, or a doctor who can consult with specialists in real time regardless of location.
Okay, so we're talking a real paradigm shift in how we connect and access information. But with all this talk about beaming data through the air, I have to ask about security. It just seems like there could be vulnerabilities. You know, someone intercepting my cat videos, that sort of thing.
Right.
This all sounds great, but I have to admit the idea of my data beaming through the air, it does make me wonder about security.
Yeah.
Is it really safe from hackers?
I understand your concern. It's a common one. But laser communication is actually incredibly secure. Think of it this way. A laser beam is highly focused, like a tiny invisible thread connecting 2 points. To intercept that data, you need to hit that thread precisely, which is incredibly difficult.
So it's not like someone can just eavesdrop with a simple radio receiver.
Exactly. Orders of magnitude harder. Imagine trying to hit a dime from a mile away. That's the level of precision we're talking about. Plus, there's no radio spectrum to contend with, which is a huge advantage in our increasingly crowded digital world.
Okay, that does put it into perspective. So it sounds like laser communication is this super secure, super fast technology with the potential to really level the playing field when it comes to internet access.
Yeah.
Are there any downsides? What's the catch?
While like any technology, it does have its limitations. Weather can be a factor, though as we saw with the Coachella example, it can be surprisingly resilient. The main challenge right now is line of sight. For the lasers to work, they need a clear, unobstructed path.
So no beaming internet through mountains just yet.
Not yet. Though satellite networks, which Transcelestial is also exploring, could offer a solution for those more remote areas. For now, it's best suited for connecting points within a city or between buildings.
Interesting. So we're not ditching fiber optic cables entirely anytime soon?
Probably not. But this technology offers a powerful complement to existing infrastructure. It's particularly effective for rapid deployment, bringing connectivity to areas where laying fiber would be impractical or just too expensive. Think of it as bridging those last-mile gaps.
So to bring it all back to our listener, what does this all mean? We're talking about a world where location no longer dictates your access to information, where fast, reliable internet is the norm, not a luxury.
Exactly. And that's incredibly powerful. While still in its early stages, this technology has the potential to truly democratize access to information, education, job opportunities, even healthcare. It's about connecting people in ways we've only begun to imagine.
It makes you think. If information is power, then this laser technology has the potential to shift that power dynamic in some really interesting ways. Something for you, our listener, to ponder as you see these changes unfolding in the real world. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive. Until next time.